Sunday Night Football Kickoff Special is brought to you by Walmart.
Snow yesterday, but sunshine today. Temperature in the high 30s and windy at the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh. And it's
NBC Sports, celebrating 15 seasons of Sunday Night Football, welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister.
Today, from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
At the confluence of the Three Rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This one fielded at the 5, and he won't quite make it to the 25. Pittsburgh's offense making its way out, and we get a look at the player drafted to succeed Ben Roethlisberger as the franchise's quarterback. Knows a lot about the city. He's a rookie out of Pitt. Kenny Pickett.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Right off the bat, here's Pickett to throw it. And his first pass is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Harris on the draw. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback unexpected.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Buying time to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Harris running straight ahead, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 55 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Isaiah Likely, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. It's caught, and it's 8-0. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And the numbers from a week ago for Pickens, well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone.
I do think he'll be hard-pressed to duplicate those numbers this week, though, because he's gotten their attention, so they will double him on every snap at a minimum. In some cases, they'll triple him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Pickett to throw on 1st down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the delay, here's Harris. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers. They'll toss to Harris. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
I'll give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run, and then executed.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw, Pickett. Pickett lost it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal, and this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Jackson now off the bootleg. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Jamar Chase, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14, coming up tonight, we got a good one in the AFC West. Get the parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night, you can turn those parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first. On
2nd down, this is Harris. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Pickett. Able to find his man, it's Pickens. And he will have a Steelers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run again with Harris. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 26. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. They run for it with Harris, and I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. 39 yards there, a big one. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They're going for it with Dobbins. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play, but so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Vince Beagle buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
It's about that time.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll kick things off with the twice-yearly battle for Ohio. This one has Cleveland making the trip south to Cincinnati. And it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we're off to check out another game. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Derek Carr leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Former number 2 pick Zach Wilson with a couple of touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result. I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. To the air on first down with Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This is Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And now contact up front. And this might set up an interesting decision. So now it's 4th and short.
So after the penalty, that means there's a decision to be made. Do you still line up in field goal formation? Or maybe you think about running your offense back out on the field?
Boswell's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but at that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Here's Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Harris running straight ahead. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Boswell's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Pickett. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Odafe Owe. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Pickett. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Vince Beagle picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and a mile. Open man, that's the tight end, Freiermuth. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because There is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he's...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one. And how about them culminating with a pick 6?
And now the Ravens calling the offense onto the field here as they're going to go for 2. After the interception, here's Jackson. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Pickett will look to throw it here. Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Adafe Owe getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are right back in this football game.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Pickett backed up into his end zone here. He gets it complete to Harris. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he is going to have the 1st down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Pickett now on 1st down. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Pickett, and that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, here's Pickett. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Looking to throw here. Pickett. That's to Freiermuth. And he is going to have the Steelers 1st down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Pass complete to Harris. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Pickett to throw. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And the Ravens taking the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Now the Steelers get final timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Down right around the 25. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late. And they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Baltimore, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.